So you're a bit of a showman then, are you?
Bit? Yes, I suppose I am. But, you know, for my own ends. You know, I mean, I think that to succeed in a business like fashion, you have to understand the business. I mean, you mustn't let it weigh you down.
And no one, even in the bitchy world of fashion, has a bad word to say about Oldfield. As for himself...
I very, very rarely lose my temper, but I go into massive sulks, which I think is really childish. Fairly arrogant, fairly sure of myself. But on the whole, I'm a fairly nice chap.
I didn't realise he was as ambitious. He used to do drawings at school, but I didn't realise he was as interested in fashion. I just didn't anticipate that it would get this far.
At this gala presentation, the former penniless fashion student is taking Latin lessons from a master of Italian design, Gianni Versace. He watches with admiration, but at this stage of his career, Oldfield isn't using the razzmatazz of a fashion show like this to make his mark. Bruce Oldfield prefers his customers to come to him, although in the beginning he wasn't able to be so choosy.
I went through so many phases of sort of... I mean, Anita, my partner, and I used to go to Hyde Park because there was nowhere else for us to go because the place where we were working was so cramped, to sort of decide who was going to get the push at the end of the week or what we could cut down on, you know, because the business was going into such incredible sort of, you know, 1 minute it was good, the next minute it was bad. It was very, very tricky for many, 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 many years. I don't know. I've served an apprenticeship, shall we say.
Apprenticeship to the trade lasted 10 years. Today, at 35, he's made it, with £1 million plus fashion business and a shop in fashionable Beecham Place.
Very clever.
The back's smashing at the back.
Yeah, the back's great. In fact, there's more to that dress in the back, but never mind.
Having graduated through the rag trade, he's now mastering in the art of dressing stars like Joanna Lumley, who use Bruce Oldfield's style to make their own fashion statement.
Not the front at all.
Chlorine.
Be bored to tears they see the front of me. I think that's divine, Brucey. Not a necklace, I don't...
Today, the former Barnardo's boy has the time to foster individual relationships with his glamorous customers. Or to put it another way, he probably knows more about women than most men ever will.
What is it that makes Bruce's dresses particularly special for you?
I think it's the theatricality, in actual fact, because I do a lot of things where people expect you to look very much like a movie star or a star or somebody who they can focus on. And it's terribly important to make a great statement when you come in, either onto a platform or at the top of a table or when you're opening some bazaar or being a guest of honour. And I think that people don't feel at all shortchanged when they see you coming in one of these. They feel, wow, if I could have a dress like that, which is a lovely feeling.
Fame is not without a price, not least to the customer. These creations cost between £1,000 and £2,500, but the finesse of his fashion is designed for a more basic appreciation.
He likes to design, I think, for a woman who likes to go out, a woman who likes to flirt, a woman that likes to be sexy. He's a glamorous designer.
What makes you think you are a good designer?
Oh, that's a sticky one. Because I have clients who come back and back and back and back. I think I'm a good designer. I would say that as a designer, I've never, well, yes, I have flexed my muscles. I mean, I would say I have to flex my muscles yet.
Another evening, another invitation. This time there's no royalty, but Bruce Oldfield hasn't travelled so far that he forgets his earlier hand-to-mouth existence. The reception is launching paintings by Bruce's first fashion illustration teacher. Colin Barnes was one of the first to push Oldfield to go for the top.
Hi, Colin. Don't hold hands on screen.
I think he's become an extremely sophisticated and urbane sort of young man, because it's quite something if a man in his early 30s, you know, can mix with some of the most glamorous figures in society and carry it off.
Bruce has common sense. He's also got a very good brain. He has a sense of humour, and he's a very realistic person and always has been. Bruce knew he was going to have to understand business, understand the figures, be realistic, you know, about the costings, about the manufacturing. I mean, he actually wanted to make the business work. as well as being a very good designer. And I think that is key to most of the people who are successful in this country today.
Dedication to glamour is Oldfield's own guarantee of constant attention. At the factory in Fulham, it's another hard day for the boss, dressing one of the world's top models and being filmed for a TV fashion show as well as ourselves. But behind the glamour is the hard financial fact that designers like Oldfield spearhead fashion exports worth £1 billion. All the signs are he'll continue to do so.
I suspect that Bruce Oldfield is going to prove the old maxim of fashion, which is that sheer talent is maybe 50% of what you need, but 50% of what you need is very hard work, longevity, tenacity, a very strong sense of direction.
I would like an empire. I'm an empire builder. Don't know why. You know, I'm not well, I mean, everyone loves money, you know, but I mean, money is not my prime motivation. I would like to have an empire the size of Saint Laurent, Armani, some of the big people, and I'd like to do it from here. It's the achievement, it's success that I like actually perhaps more than, I mean, I love what I do, but I mean, I feel that I could pursue success in a number of fields. Acting, for one. You know what I mean? It is the act of succeeding which is important to me.